Today I'm going to be doing my everyday makeup basically, so something very simple and light, and I'm going to be talking about photography and being photogenic. So if you have any questions, even if you're not watching the live, feel free to leave them in the comments because that always helps me to make more content for you. If I sound a little bit weird, it's because I've been sick the past few days, and for that, today we're drinking this. But maybe this, doing the makeup live, it's going to make me feel a little bit better instead of being like covered with my blankets and like just feeling sick. So, making it a little bit better. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. So again, if you have any questions about photography, today is the day. I asked the same question on my Instagram stories, and a lot of people ask me about the double chin in photos. I have made a couple videos on that here on YouTube. Oh, by the way, these little things are so cute. This is like a specific brand that I have to do a video on, and they have the most beautiful makeup ever. But you need to wait for that video. It's really, really, truly amazing. So how do we start? Let's do brows really quick. No, let's do primer first. I'm gonna be using the Bobbi Brown primer, and it does feel super luxurious. One thing to keep in mind if you're going to like an event and you're going to be taking photos and you want to look super duper amazing, primer, it's your best friend, so it lasts you for a really long time. If not, I mean, if you mix liquid and you mix powders, it has a tendency to last longer as well, regardless if you don't necessarily have the primer. But the primer makes it smooth and makes it really last a little bit longer. I thought it didn't really work and I was just using it for the sake of using it, but I've done the test of like with and without, and I do see a difference on like how much it lasts, especially if you're dancing, like actually going out. Like I live in Chicago and the weather has been horrendous. That's why I'm sick, maybe. And yeah, if you're like encountering the weather and you want to take some cute selfies or just make it last for like, real life interactions, primer, it's a yes for me. So again, welcome, and if you have any questions about photography, let me know. So as I said before, I think that the best part to talk about the double chin question that I get all the time, it will be when I'm doing the contouring, because I feel like with makeup, when you create shadows and lights, which is basically what you do in photography, it does make a big difference on like how you can impact the size of the chin or your nose or your cheekbones and all this kind of stuff. Also, mainly because, and I did get a message about this yesterday actually. Somebody says, but I'm like really skinny. Why do I have a double chin in the photos? What it shows? And actually, that's really common and it's pretty normal. I saw it a lot on my studio when I was working with clients. It will be not uncommon that somebody will, obviously be very slim and still see a double chin, and mainly it's because this part might not be as defined as to other people. But if you pose the right way, you're gonna be able to help avoid that double chin problem like a lot. Obviously, it's not freaking magic. Like if we have it. It's there. We love them. But if you're posing in a photo and you really keep in mind to elongate and to put part of your neck like this a little bit out, it helps a lot. Also, if you put your tongue on the top of your mouth like this, it makes it go up a little bit, that muscle as well. That helps a ton too. So it's obviously avoiding lower angles, but if you get really good at it in like elongating and putting your tongue up and all the mix of this stuff, it's really gonna help, and you can get away with lower angles and, you know, really making it better. So James asked, hi James, says it's snowing outside. Actually today it's not, but the whole week have been snowing in Chicago. I love snow. I do not love when it's so cold. It has been like, I don't know, in the other, but like it will be like -20, something like that. I mean, dude, it's like not even right. It's not even right. It's ridiculous. So mixing the photography theme with the weather. If you go out and want to take photos, I take a lot of self-portraits. If you're going with somebody and that somebody can help you, you are not gonna suffer from this. But if you like to take self-portraits and you put a tripod and you do your whole shebang, and you have to be really, really careful with, okay, I said that I was talking about photography and getting ready, and I'm not getting ready. I apologize. Okay, you have to be really careful about the battery, because the battery runs down insanely quickly. Actually, I went to do this video that it was like, I wanted to do some winter wonderland photos for you guys, and the bad thing was that when I put the tripod to record the whole thing, my phone literally just died. Like it's kind of like being overhit, but the opposite of being overhit. And the only thing that you can do in those situations is just take your phone, put it in a warm place, like on your coat for like a little bit, and then it will go back to life again. But at the time, I was like, okay, I'm freezing, I need to make content. I'm basically dying in here. But the photos came out nice. I really like the result of the video. I hope that you have enjoyed that video, because it was really a situation. Okay, so my eyebrows, when it's like daily makeup, I don't really do much, because eyebrows, like when you do them on really detailed, it becomes kind of like a chore for me. But in the studio, when they're doing the eyebrows for the models, it does take a real long time, because you want them to look like pretty natural, and that makes it easier for the photographer to then do the retouch if it's already good to begin with. So yeah, let me know where you guys at. So I'm in Chicago and it's snowing and it's a situation, but if you have a better situation, let me know. And if you don't have a better situation, if you have a better situation, give me some sun emojis, so give me some light here, because today is actually raining. And if you are in the same situation as I am, then we can suffer together here. Okay, so in my super simple makeup, I'm going to be wearing for my eyes the Strike a Rose Caviar Stick. This is great for lazy people. It's a stick, and you just basically put it on top of your lid, and that's basically it. Then you blend it, and that is basically it. So it's like two steps. You put it, you blend it with your finger, and that's your eyeshadow. Ta-da! I mean, it doesn't get easier than that. I know that we can experiment with like a lot of cool stuff, especially if you are actually planning to like take a cute photo or something like that. But for everyday life, simple, it's better, for sure. So yeah, I was talking about double chin thing. So yeah, with the exercises, to be careful with the camera angles. Don't be afraid that you're not alone in the situation. It happens all the time, even if you don't have one. If you have the wrong posture, You're gonna be able to see it way more than if you don't. Oh, thank you so much for letting me know that I look good without makeup. But that's very sweet. Um, but makeup is really fun. I think it's more like a fun thing or like a creative thing. I don't do it really anymore as much as I used to in the past. But before I would like to do like more like crazy looks on my eyes. And yeah, it was definitely about the creativity and like how um yeah, you can make like a really boring day like kind of like exciting. Being sick here, you know. Hey, I'm from India. Hi. Very nice. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's very awesome to have you here. Mm. Very, very cool. That's it. That's the beauty of social media. You're able to connect with people from all over. That's pretty nice. How's the weather over there, by the way? What did I do with my caviar? Oh, here it is. I'm gonna do a little bit more. What am I drinking? Well, I'm I'm drinking electrolytes because I was sick, um, and I've been sick for a couple days, but I'm feeling way better now. But I'm still doing. Do you guys hear the noise of the city right now? Because I mean I can't stop it. It's Chicago. It's like a crazy city, so there's always noise and people, you know, the firefighters and everyone is making some noise. Let me know if you can see that. If you can hear that, not see it. Oh, so yeah. So again, with the photography situation, I think, let me know what you guys think. If you like to take more like regular photo sessions, or if you're more into selfies. I did had talking about selfies. I did had a video that did pretty well, and I thought it was supposed to be funny, but people went all over the place. And it was like the difference between millennials and Gen Zs and how they take their selfies. And I thought it was kind of fun to show like some tendencies that we were using. Obviously millennials will have the frontal camera because before, okay, let's go back in time a little bit more. So before, you will have like your regular camera, and if you wanted to take a selfie, you will need to like turn around the camera, right? And then you will snap, and you wouldn't be able really to see what was happening. And I mean, if you did well, you did well, and if you didn't, well, you know, good luck. And then, oh, over there is a night. Oh, have a really good night. Yeah, right. The change of hours, that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, so back in the day, you wouldn't really be able to see what was happening if you wanted to take a selfie, right? And then the phones came up with like the frontal camera, and that was a life-changing thing because we were able to take like legitimately selfies where you could see what was going on. And with that, the only thing with that process of taking the regular selfies is that that camera, the front camera, it doesn't have the same quality as the back camera, the regular camera on your phone. So, but you know, you're like trading convenience for just being able to take a good photo and see yourself. So now, it there's a setting where you're able to take photos with 0.5, and then if you turn it, yeah, selfies, when you are with like-minded people and regular shots, just remember the moment. I agree, James. I agree. Selfies, I love selfies specifically because of that, because they're like something really casual, and you can make it as dramatic and special as you want, or as simple as you want. So it can go in, you know, in different ranges. So if you have, so now the Gen Z generation, it's pretty much using the 0.5 of the camera. I will show you, but I'm using my phone to record this live stream. And they're doing the same thing that we used to do before, that is to turn around the phone and take the photo, because with the wide length, that's what it means, 0.5 on your phone, you are able to take a little bit more of the background and it kind of looks more edgy and cool. So I'm all about it. There's a couple things that can go wrong maybe with the 0.5 lens on your camera. It's that you can create some distortion on yourself where you're taking the photo, because you're not really able to see where you're taking the photo of. But I think that that's something that's going to be solved, because as soon as like Apple realized that people are using a lot the 0.5, they're going to really push to include that lens in the selfie camera. So hopefully that happens soon, so we don't have to like kind of do the hit or miss situation. But yeah, there's a couple trends and things that have been going on between generations that are just fun and interesting, just in general. Hold on. When I do this on my eyes, I always get a little scared because I feel like I might cut it. I had an accident before, that's why I'm traumatized about it. Okay. I'm gonna do some foundation. So this foundation, it's from Alicia Keys. So I'm sure you know Alicia Keys. I was gonna start singing New York, but it's better not to. It's better not to. But she now has like this super cool brand that she creates like foundations and cream. I think it's like really focused on skincare. And this is like a 2-in-1 concealer tint thingy. And I like it, especially, I mean, we get to try products just to show you guys and all this. So I've tried a couple foundations, and some of them can be pretty thick. But I do have my favorite foundation that is pretty thick, and I think it looks really good in photos, and the price is like really affordable. And it is the LA Girl. I'm gonna leave you the links in the description. I put a couple of them, but I don't think I put this one in. So the LA Girl, I love the coverage of that foundation. Pretty good price. It covers a lot and it looks beautiful, beautiful in photos. Some foundations, keep this in mind, might have a little bit of sunscreen, and that might be a little bit tricky when you're taking photos at night. So if you're using that kind of foundation, you might encounter like maybe a little bit of flashback and stuff like that. But this foundation does cover like really, really, really well. I love it. But for everyday stuff, especially if I'm not doing photos or I'm not like making content that I'm not in front of the camera and I want something really, really light, I will definitely go for this one, because it's just, you're gonna see it. It's like super light. Here we go. So it kind of gives like a shine within. But it's really, 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 really light. It doesn't feel like cakey, and of course it also, you can build it up if you want to like go a little bit more cakey, which is fine, and it could be fun. And you can build it up and just put more and more and more and more, but if not, it's just super, 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 super light. Again, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Ooh. feel like this might need a little bit more. I feel like the edges could be a little bit different. Another interesting thing about makeup, I'm using right now natural light because it's during the day, so I'm able to hang out with you and like have natural light, so you can see a little bit more of the true colors. But I think it will be cool, like it's good if you like to take photos, if you're a guy and you like to take photos and somebody else is doing the makeup, or if you're doing your own makeup. I think it's always really nice to have the makeup artist or the person just to do their makeup in front of natural light, because you can see the true colors. Otherwise, if you're on your bathroom, normally, not always, obviously it depends, but you may have like a warmer tone light there, or even colder tone, or more like a green tone, and then you wouldn't really be able to see the true colors, and then you might make a mistake. So you might take a selfie, a photo of you, and you're like, the colors don't look exactly the same. And it might be just because of the lighting. Ooh. Do you see? Very light. It's basically like just really covering, like, not covering, but like making my skin tone like a little bit more even. I have such a sensitive skin. I get red for everything. Like if I wash my face, I'm a little bit too like rough on my face. Like not like a lot, but like if I touched, I don't know. I need to be so careful with my skin because I get red for anything. So you pretty much evens those tones and that's it. But it doesn't feel heavy or anything, which is nice. I don't think I really used to have like any specific. I didn't used to wear foundation when I was younger. I don't think so. But I think that when you start using foundation, then you kind of can't go back anymore. And it just feels so nice. If it's a good, nice foundation, obviously. All right. So one little thing that I do like to do that, it's kind of nice, is that I like to put a little bit of the same thing because this acts like a concealer too. So I'm all about less products. Not that I have less products, and neither that I get less products. It's just like in one session I like to have less products. So I do put this here and I kind of let it sit there, and with time it kind of gets a little bit like thicker or like stickier, and that makes it a little bit extra coverage, which is nice as well. Ooh. All right. So let's see. So yes, I mean, today that it's a very cloudy and very rainy. One popular thing for people, if they want to take a photo or anything like that, they will definitely think that it's just not a good day to take photos. And actually, that's not necessarily true. When it's like rainy and it's cloudy, there are other concepts that you can take as photos. Like you can either play with the water that it's already there. The lighting can be way more forgiving than if it's like a really, really, really sunny day. So yeah, I mean, the whole thing is like, will you want to go outside and take photos when it's raining? That is a real question, but you could definitely get some real ones. I'm like full on doing like a great advertising about this. I'm like, this is me trying not to look sick. So yeah, so normally I'm just gonna cover pat it like because all these days that I've been sick, I think my eye bags are like, you know, full on out. So you see, it does have like a little bit extra coverage, but it's not so much. One, if you do need a lot of coverage, I think that the best one that I've ever tried has been the Tarte double tape. That Tarte double tape one, it's thick. And if you have really, you know, like pigmented eye bags, it's such a good product for it. I don't think I found anything better. It's just that it's really thick, and with time, I think that with time you have the tendency to just wear less and less makeup, really, at least for foundation and stuff like that. So I didn't want that for every day, but it's a really good concealer. I'm going to give some color to my face because I look like I don't have any dimension, which is pretty much what you do in photography in general, because you like play with light and darks and all this stuff on your face. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. And I'm gonna be using the L'Oreal. And this is really like a foundation stick. That it's almost, I mean, I really like it because this is it. I need to get a new one. It's like I'm almost done. I know that in most of the viral videos that you probably see of makeup, you probably see that people just like go directly, and I did that for many years, don't get me wrong. A cool thing about it, if you are taking, for example, like a photo that it's very dramatic and you're using a lot of different lightings, if you go directly on your cheek and make it very chisel, it's better because it's gonna be a little bit more noticeable. But if you're like on your everyday situation and you don't really want to look like super chisel and like all this stuff and like really harsh lines, the best thing I found, it's just to put it on the brush and just put it like that on the skin. So it's already blurred out in a way, and now it's easier to blend. I found that it's easier to blend. Of course, it's about taste. But again, if you do it directly, you can still get this look. It's just gonna take a little bit longer to blend. And this is just pretty much to give myself a little bit of color. Okay, and with the double chin situation, I will go this way to create a shadow, and then go down to create an even better shadow. This definitely helps with the double chin. Again, double chin, it might be, a lot of people might think that it's just directly towards weight, and this is not necessarily true. It can also be because of the definition that you have here. So this pretty much making it even more obvious that where your chin is, so it doesn't really get confused with your double chin. So I like to do like the C, which is I'm creating shadows here, I'm creating shadows here, and I'm creating shadows here. I think that's the best way to remember it. Ooh, you can definitely see the difference here. Okay. I'm gonna do the other side. And then finally here. One thing that I'm realizing right now is that when you use the gel only, you might have a little bit of spots on your what's the name, with your eyebrows that you're like, ooh, that may be missing like a little bit of love. And you can go in with like a regular pen and just like strike a little bit if you want. I think I'm just gonna do like a tiny bit, but you shouldn't really go super duper crazy because we're going for natural. We woke up like this, but I couldn't really wake up with like a pink eyeshadow on my eye, but you know what I mean. I can't talk. I'm sorry. I can't talk while I'm doing this because I get too distracted. Hold on. So just like a few little hairs here and there. I'm probably the only one that sees those little hairs, but it makes me happy. Can you see it? Let me know. All right. That it's better. I like it. Going for lashes. So I'm going to be using the FanFest from Benefit. I didn't really like this one at the beginning, but it has grown on me like a lot. Look at this thing. Like it looks like a fan. So it does exactly that to your eyelashes. So we're gonna be able to see live the before and after. Hold on. This is always the mascara face. So like just like a terrible face. I apologize. It's subtle but effective. Yes. Yes, you get me. You get me. Private, you get me. And ooh, look at that. They're getting, I mean, I have my mirror here and I'm like, ooh, that looks nice. I hope it looks nice too on camera because I'm really enjoying it here. I'm not using the curved side. I'm using like, it's like this. So I'm literally like putting my lashes that it will like fan, literally fan in their way. I like it. I actually really like it. It's very simple. Obviously, it's not like when you have like your full eyelashes, even though that some people, you know, but this, but it's a nice mascara for sure. Yeah, you should. Mascara looks amazing. I need to get that one. Yes. it's a very good one to find. I'm always trying new mascaras because I feel like of all the things in makeup, well, no, what I was gonna say is just a lie. I was gonna say like I'm always trying to find a new one, but like I like to experiment with products all the time. But then when I find my products, I kind of like really stick to them. Like for example, this foundation I have been using, I don't know for how many years. It's just like a really, really long time. I really felt like it make the full on coverage. I think it looks amazing in photos. I think that it has a really incredible price range. It's not fancy or anything. Actually, somebody, who was it? It was a makeup artist on set. I saw it in a model and I was like, dude, that looks incredible. Like, what foundation is that? And he's like, this one. It's like, it's super affordable. You're gonna love it and whatever. So I went and got it like, I don't know how many years ago. And since I did that, I've always repurchased and repurchased. It's just a really good one. Any problem with flaking? No, I didn't have any problem with flaking with this mascara, honestly. It's not, I'm not gonna tell you that at the end of every mascara, it doesn't matter what people say, every mascara at the end of the day, you do have like a little bit of, well, this one, not flaking, but like, you know, it's been a day and your eyes are tired and all that. But there are some of them that they do have a lot of flaking and I hate, and those I will not use. I didn't experience that with this one, so that for sure. But at the end of the day, you can see that it's the end of the day and you better go home and rest. Yeah, like any other mascara. What else? So yeah, I normally, when I find a product that I really enjoy, I just keep it up. Same thing happened with the Laura Mercier powder. I tried it, I liked it, I kept just using it. A lot of the ones that I'm using, I still like to experiment with new ones, of course, but so this is something that I will ask you. Do you like to put mascara in your lower lashes? I've seen a lot of people not using it, and I've always used it, and I thought that that was the way to do it. But apparently a lot of people don't. So I tried it for like a little bit to see how I feel about it, and I think it's easier because I normally ruin my makeup when I'm doing that. So I was like, oh, this is easier. But I don't know, I always go back to just doing my lower lashes as well. Let me know. Oh, private. Love how much curl you got without using a curler. No, I did use a curler. Oh my dear, I dream that I will have these curls. My lashes are like donkey lashes, you know, like they're like this, and they need help. Even with help, they will be like struggling to get out there and try their best every day. You know, my lashes need a curler for sure, these ones. I know that a lot of people used to, they use the ones that are metal, but and this doesn't mean that the metal ones are bad, not at all. Like they're full on, well, this is metal too. It's just black, and this is like very cushy or whatever. Well, the whole point is that I wanted one that I felt like it was a little bit more protected, because one time I had one that it was like really thin, and I chopped a little bit on my lashes. This is like, I don't know, like 10 years ago. I was like, I thought it was the end of the world. I thought I was gonna die. Oh, you jump on late. Now you're in the right time. But yeah, definitely need it. So I've used this one for like 3 years and had no issue. Everything is beautiful. Of course, you need to change these things every now and then. It's good, just, you know, be careful. I did, oh, this will be great if you guys let me know if you had any curlers that are heated. I saw a couple heated curlers, people were raving about it, but you know, sometimes you're like, is it true, is it? I did try one many years ago again, one that had some heat, and I didn't see any difference. Like my lashes were like, no, we're not gonna do anything today. So I went back to basics. But if you know of any heater curler that you like, let me know. Just try 3 high-end and not in love with any. This one, it's like an Amazon one that I got, and I was lucky because, you know, Amazon sometimes is like a huge, sometimes you order something from Amazon and you're like, oh my God, how I proceed my life without having this. And then sometimes you're like, oh, what a waste. But this one was good. I'm gonna leave you the link in the description. I didn't set it up there, I'm pretty sure, but after the live I will. Okay, moving on. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of blush. So this blush, it's a tint moisturizer. It's a little one from Laura Mercier, and I do still think that Laura Mercier, it's really, really, really good. This is how it looks. On any products that has to do with the skin. So the powder, no, I just love Laura Mercier. My thingy, the caviar stick that I'm wearing right now, it's from Laura Mercier too. And I just love this brand. I think it's just so reliable. So very subtle again. I know that some of you like to really have like super rosy cheeks, and I like that too sometimes. But for everyday makeup, I'm definitely going for something subtle. I probably should have a palette to put this stuff on, but I'm really consciously trying not to put product directly on my skin, like trying to put it here, so everything is a little bit more blended and not so directly and harsh to be able to blend easier. Like here again, the same thing that I did with the bronzer, that this is already blended on my skin, but if I just like go directly with the product, like boop, like it looks cute and nice, and you can absolutely blend it. I did forever, but I just found that it's easier when you just like don't put it directly on your skin. Blush brush after, please. Oh yeah, of course. These ones are Real Technique. Let me check that it's right. Yeah, these are Real Technique. And there's obviously a difference when you're using brushes, just because, again, I think you might be softer on your skin, the way that you blend stuff. Ooh, yeah, nice brushes. All right, with that said, I'm gonna go for lipstick. All right, okay, so the one that I'm gonna be using, you probably have seen me use it if you watch my videos, that I use it. I've been using it a lot, and it's the Thrive's Cosmetic. I met them recently, but I've been obsessed with this particular lipstick. I have like 3 other ones that I have to really try, but they're a little bit more like brighter colors, like super hot pink or super purple, something like that. But this one, it's like perfect for every day. I love it. So I saw that if you want your lips to look a little bit bigger, you can make this line, instead of this line going down, you can make it more like, you know, like this. It looks a little bit with more volume. But I think in the volume department, I should stop. So I just do it. I just really follow the line that I already got. But if you want lips that look with a little bit more volume, I think that more than overlining, I did a video trying TikTok hacks a couple years ago. The blush color, it's gorgeous. Yes, I love it. I really love it. I think it looks very natural. It's very Laura Mercier, honestly. Everything that they do, it's super like soft and glamorous and natural. Like, I love it. I really like that brand. So yeah, they did like the overlining trick that I feel like everyone in the world saw that they put like a lot of overlining. And in that video, I looked like a clown. I really looked like a clown. It was just way too much. I don't know if the girl that did the tutorial actually had really, because she had really thin but very, very thin lips, then it didn't make that much of like a difference. But when you already have lips and then want to do the overlining so hard, like so apart, like you can see like this skin is different from this one. So it just look like you're crazy. So if you don't want to do like that super crazy overlining, I think that a better trick is to just do the overlining slightly in here, like here to here, instead of like the whole thing. Laura Mercier always nails sophisticated. Yes, I 100% agree. I mean, I don't know who the creative director of that brand is, but they're doing a really good job. A really, really damn good job. Okay, this one I did link in my description. And the name, it's Impact's Full Lipstick Rouge Eileen. I can't read. I think it's Eileen. I'm not sure. I think I put it on the description box. Let me know. You're gonna see this is super light. I love it. Every day, I love it. Plus, this lipstick, I know this is kind of stupid, but I live for these moments. If you click this little button, it goes like, I love it. I think it's so cute. I can do this every day. And it does have this little thing is here. It's like this little mouse. Tell me it's not the cutest thing ever. Yeah, I'm in love with this stuff. I have to do like a full-on video on this brand. That is the one that has the most beautiful makeup ever that I've ever seen in my life, for sure. Oh, I forgot to do a little bit of baking. I have to do that. Okay. So obviously Laura Mercier, we love sophisticated here. I'm gonna do this just a little bit. I'm doing less and less, honestly, because my skin has been so freaking dry lately. Normally, I will put it maybe in this area and, you know, everywhere. But now I'm not doing it anymore. During winter, maybe during summer, I have to. But right now I'm not doing it because my skin gets so dry, and I'm all about like hydrating my skin during winter. So a lot of like thick creams and a lot of like hydrating serums and like all this stuff, because if not, I will be like flaking everywhere. And my skin has been behaving really good with all the moisturizer stuff that I've been using. I'm like, something has to work. Something needs to moisturize my skin. Something will do. Because I mean, honestly, -20, it's not even human. Like I will get it if I'm like in the middle of nowhere and it's like very, 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 very north. I'm like, okay, I'm expecting this. But this crazy amount of cold in a city like Chicago, I mean, I know it's normal here in Chicago, but like, Jesus Christ, it's just like a lot. I've been here for 3 years. I don't get used to it. I'm fine with like 0. I'm fine with 2. I'm fine with -2. Heck, I'm fine with -5. Hold on. Mike,
Yeah.
what is -5?
It's like, 20,
Like 20 something?
24 or 20, something like that.
Yeah, like 20 something. Like, I'm fine with that. I can survive. Like, we're good. But like the temperatures we have had, like -20, -25. What is that? -20, -25? Okay. We're checking because I forget.
I'm not checking. I'm trying to finish.
So yeah, it's just too much. So you go outside and you right away like feel like your skin is like it's just too much.
-5 is 23. I was right.
Oh yeah.
-20 Celsius to Fahrenheit is -4 degrees Fahrenheit.
-4 degrees. Dude, it's not right again. It's just not right.
Considering that 32 degrees Fahrenheit is freezing.
Yeah, 32, yeah. It's a lot. Do you use retinol at all? Skin always looks flawless and smooth. I do. But only really once a week. In my experience with retinol, it's that my skin is so like delicate and sensitive that if I use it a little bit too much, for a moment I was doing like one day yes, one day no. I was doing like the sandwich thing, which was like, you know, you put the moisturizer first and then you put the retinol and then you do again moisturizer. And I still was feeling like it was too much for my skin. It felt so sensitive. So what I decided was, okay, I'm just gonna go like once a week and maybe I can grow into it with time. But yeah, I see the most, I think retinol might be like a little bit more like a longer game, for me at least. But I do see a big difference when I do like chemical exfoliation. That I found that like the next day I'm like, oh my god, my skin looks so much better, like so much better. Yeah, but I've been using retinol and I agree, it should put long game for sure. Yes. But that like, oh my god, it's freezing, my skin looks dull right away, and then the next day I feel like if I keep using it, I trust that my skin will be like, yes, we can handle this. But it's been kind of a battle with retinol, I'm not gonna lie. I think that I got also really scared because the first time I've ever used it, I put way too much on my skin. And obviously my skin was like, hey, what the heck are you doing here, miss? Like, what is this? Like, get your act together. You're gonna kill us. So yeah, now I just do like a little drop, you know, like it's very little. So my skin responds better. But I think it's getting used to it. It's getting used to it. Which retinol do you normally use? Let me know. I'm going to do this. Also, a really good thing is that if you have like a simple, the simpler the routine I found, the better I feel my skin reacts, and I know exactly what each thing it's like even harming me or like making me feel better. Because there was a point that I was just using a lot of stuff, and I think that just made my skin really sensitive. Can completely relate to your retinal experience. Oh yeah, but I think we can do it, girl. Slowly but surely, we're gonna thrive 2-3 times a day. So yeah, this is pretty much the everyday makeup. It's super light, super, yeah, it is super light. It is super wearable every day. I think I want to summarize a couple of things that I did that they work pretty nicely for my everyday makeup. And the first thing is that I wasn't really doing my brows like full on. I was just using the Thicket Stick It from NYX. Every time that I do like this kind of like brushy thing and just go around like that, I really like it because I feel like it saves so much time and it looks super natural. Also, I clean a little bit of details with this one that it's also NYX, but it was really like a little hole that I had there that was driving me a little bit crazy. Like, you know those cartoons that have like the twitchy eye? That's how I felt. So if you have that, but in general, this pretty good. The caviar stick. Oh, hold on, private. Just a generic 0.25% prescription from local pharmacy. Try to. Oh, great, 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 great. That's great, that's great, that's great. That's actually like the perfect recommended formula prescription. That's awesome. So for the one that I'm using, right now, what's the name of that brand? Skin Medica. I'm using the one from Skin Medica right now. I think it has been pretty soft. And even normally Skin Medica, well, obviously retinoids are different, but normally Skin Medica has like really thick creams, which has been so good for me and staying moisturized. But the retinol is pretty light. Like, I don't feel like it's so invasive. Maybe that's why it has been doing better, but let's see. So for the eyeshadow, I just did this all over. My hand looks like I've been playing around. So the caviar stick, this one is my favorite, and you just like move it around, blend it, and do whatever you want with it. I just basically put it on and blend. I love this color. I think brown eyes look super pretty with like pinkish eyeshadows. Also with brown and like blue and many others. But I particularly enjoy it with this tone. I think it's very nice. For foundation, I did show you guys these two ones. This is the one that I actually wore today, that it's very light, very forgiving, very everyday kind of situation. And this one, it's a little bit more like, I'm gonna take photos, I'm gonna be in like a crazy weather. It's thicker, it's more there for you. This is lighter. The blush we did sophisticated. I really like the sophisticated thing that you said. Skin Medica, it's a very good brand. Yeah, Skin Medica has really good products. I think that especially for, I tried a couple of them, but the one for moisturizing your skin and like bringing that moisture back, they have been really good. My brother had like kind of, because of the cold weather, like all this part of his face was super red. So I'm like, let's try this one from Skin Medica that is H something, I don't remember the name, but it's specifically for dry skin. And the next day he's like, oh my god, I feel such a difference. And I'm like, yeah, they're pretty good. The blush, Laura Mercier blush, super cute, super subtle. I do agree. I think it looks very elegant. This is a yes for me. And then the lipstick. This one, it's everyday. Yes, I've tried like 3 lipsticks that I've been like kind of rotating a little bit. One of them obviously is this one, and the other one is from Natasha Denona. It's like super good one too. And there's an other one, I think it's Urban Decay, I don't remember, but there are 3 ones that I have on rotation, and I've been loving it. And normally I'm pretty picky with like the regular lipstick because I feel like red, I love it, but I cannot wear it every day. Purple and stuff like that is for definitely like a special occasion or something, like you really want to make a statement. But that everyday color, like you wanted it to be like close to your skin but not so close to your skin, like pink but not too pink, like, you know, like that perfect sweet spot. Maybe I should show you, make a video with like different ones that I have on rotation that have been golden, because sometimes I have some seasons that I'm like, I don't like any of them, like I don't know what to do, it just feel weird, you know. But lately I'm like, oh my god, I'm loving this and this other color, so I really want to share it with you guys. But with this said, our everyday makeup, it's done. I did at the beginning talked a little bit about the photography and all that. Of course, if you're here in my YouTube channel, you know I talk about photography and like fashion and everything that has to do with making us feel beautiful and look fabulous in photos and in real life. And I thank you so much for being here and sharing a little bit of your day with me. So with that said, take care, be good, enjoy your day. Hopefully it's not raining where you are right now. And that's it. Love you.